The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. Coleman now. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now Murray. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney. So nursing a slim lead, and that is the opposite of protecting that slim lead.
All I can think here is that head coach, he knows more about what's going on with his team than we do. He must know something's up. Either he has trouble with his punter, right? He's worried about his defense. There's an explanation in there that we're going to ask for after the game, because in this situation, I wouldn't have done that in normal circumstances, but maybe he thought my best opportunity is with my offense.
Yeah, interesting. Back in their own territory. Now we'll see what transpires. They go play action here on first down. And that's complete to Sanders. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 3 yards is the gain that time, second and goal. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice session.
Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. Minus 9 yards on the play, and now it's third down.
20.
Now Newton on third and goal. Escaping the pressure right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to fourth down.
Brings up fourth and goal.
So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Stenerud able to put this one through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
After the made field goal, Stenerud back out there to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by the punter. A heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Murray. And John Brown's got it complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. third down. Murray flushed out right. He may try and run for this. Oh, now Murray has it stripped, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on first down. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The throw over the middle taken in. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory even if they don't get it, though. Murray to throw on 3rd and 1. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He's got a first out or more inside the 30. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the fourth. Murray now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Sacked there by Ray Lewis. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Rolling to his right. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long. Well, a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Eluding the pressure right. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Switch up, switch up.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This will be taken short. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Looking to throw again on second down. Newton. Incomplete. Charles, I think back to your earlier statement about the visitors being the underdogs needing to win that turnover battle. And this defense, they forced 2 turnovers so far, big reason why they lead this game.
Yeah, and I know defenses always talk about getting turnovers in bunches, getting those takeaways. 2's not a bunch, but it's plenty in this game, exactly the formula they need. And I got to tell you, partner, I like it when you think back to something I said that actually comes true. It's actually right.
It happens more often than you might think. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Newton now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's first and 10. Steps away to his left. He's going to take off with it. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movement. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
Now Newton sliding out of the pocket. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And some room to maneuver. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. Tevin Coleman.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch it, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause I on the wrist. My bitch, you wanna be famous, huh? They Ella, they made us, huh? You know I'm icy and